Everyone says your wedding day is supposed to be the happiest day of your life. Mine almost became the most humiliating moment I've ever lived through. We were standing at the altar, white roses, soft music. My dress was perfect. My fiancé's hands were shaking. Our families were watching. The officiant smiled and asked the question that changes everything. Does anyone here object to this marriage? And before anyone could laugh it off, my sister stood up. She wasn't crying. She wasn't angry. She was smiling. And that's when I knew. She didn't come to my wedding to celebrate. She came to destroy it.
Let me tell you about my sister, Emily. She's 3 years older than me. Beautiful, confident, the kind of woman people notice the second she walks into a room. Growing up, Emily was always the center of attention. Straight A's, captain of the cheer team. Our parents never said it out loud, but everyone knew. Emily was the golden child. I was the quiet one, the afterthought, the "she's sweet too" daughter. But I learned to live with that. What I didn't learn was how deep Emily's jealousy could go when I finally had something that was mine. I met Daniel 4 years ago. He was kind, steady, the kind of man who listens instead of talking over you. And for the first time in my life, someone chose me first. When we got engaged, my parents cried. My friends screamed. Emily hugged me, just a little too tight. She smiled and said, "I'm so happy for you," but her eyes didn't match her words. At the time, I ignored it. I didn't know that 3 months earlier, Emily had been secretly dating Daniel's older brother, and that relationship ended badly. Very badly.
The ceremony was perfect. Sunlight through stained glass, soft piano music floating through the air. I felt calm, safe, loved. Then the officiant asked the question, and Emily stood up. Every head turned. I remember thinking, she wouldn't, not here, not today. But she cleared her throat and said, "I object." The room froze. My mother whispered her name like a warning. My father stood halfway up, confused. Daniel squeezed my hand. I could feel his heart racing. Emily stepped into the aisle. "I'm sorry," she said softly, "but someone deserves to know the truth before this goes any further." My stomach dropped. She turned to Daniel. "Tell them about the night you came to me after you and my ex got into that fight." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Daniel looked stunned. "Emily, what are you talking about?" She smiled again. "The night you told me you had doubts. The night you said you might be marrying the wrong sister." I couldn't breathe. My chest felt tight, like the room was shrinking. People started whispering. I heard my aunt say my name. I looked at Daniel. His face was pale but steady. "That never happened," he said. Emily laughed lightly. "Oh, please, I still have the messages." She pulled out her phone. My hands were shaking so badly, I had to grip my bouquet to stay standing. "This wedding," she continued, "is built on lies. And I couldn't live with myself if I let my little sister marry a man who—" "Emily," Daniel's voice was calm but firm, "show them." The smile on her face faltered for the first time. She unlocked her phone and held it up. Daniel walked closer. So did the officiant. The room was silent except for the sound of her breathing. Daniel turned to the guests. "You won't show you the full messages," he said, "because they prove the opposite." He pulled his own phone from his pocket. That night, Emily texted me, drunk, after her breakup. She flirted. I shut it down, immediately. He turned his phone outward. Screenshots, timestamps, clear as day. Her messages, his responses. This isn't appropriate. I love your sister. Please don't contact me again. The color drained from Emily's face. Someone gasped. Someone else laughed awkwardly. My mother sat down hard. Emily's hands were trembling now. She tried to speak, but no sound came out. Daniel looked at Emily. "You didn't come here to protect anyone," he said. "You came here because you couldn't stand that she was happy." Emily looked at me then, and for the first time, I saw it clearly. Not love, not concern, resentment.
Emily left the ceremony before anyone could stop her. She didn't cry. She didn't apologize. She just walked out. The doors closed behind her, and for a moment, no one moved. Then the officiant cleared his throat. "Well," he said gently, "shall we continue?" Daniel looked at me, not rushed, not defensive, just sure. I nodded, and we did. We said our vows with shaky voices and tear-filled eyes, and somehow they meant even more. Emily didn't come to the reception. She didn't come the next day, or the day after that. We haven't spoken since. But here's the thing. She didn't ruin my wedding. She revealed the truth. About her, about him, and about the strength I didn't know I had. That day, I didn't just marry the love of my life. I finally stepped out of my sister's shadow, and I've never felt freer. I learned something that day that had nothing to do with weddings. I learned that not everyone who grows up with you wants to see you grow. Some people don't hate you, they hate the version of themselves they see when you're happy. I learned that silence isn't peace when it comes at the cost of your self-respect, and that protecting your truth will always matter more than protecting someone else's comfort. I also learned this. Love doesn't panic when it's tested. It doesn't raise its voice. It doesn't hide. It stands still, and it tells the truth. And maybe the hardest lesson of all, sometimes the people who hurt you the most aren't strangers, they're family. But choosing your own life doesn't make you selfish. It makes you free. If this story stayed with you, maybe it's because you've lived a moment like this too. A moment where the people you trusted weren't who you thought they were. A moment where you had to choose between keeping the peace and choosing yourself. This channel is a place for stories like that, real moments, quiet truths, and the lessons we don't always talk about. So if you want to hear more stories that remind you you're not alone in what you've been through, you're always welcome here. And when you're ready, you can subscribe. I'll be here with the next story.